Are you you happy for Tyrann?
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely. I want him to get all the money,
Do you?
all of it. So I'm super happy for him.
All right, and we're also going to talk a little bit about DeAndre Hopkins. He's been suspended for PEDs for 6 games, violating the NFL PED policy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna get the Peyton Manning treatment.
What's the Peyton Manning treatment?
Where we're going to talk about it, Q.
Okay.
All right, and Phil Jackson is advising the Lakers in a coaching search.
Ew.
Yeah. All right.
Just kind of threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Antonio Brown rips Colin Kaepernick. And coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll have our sneakers of the week during our Hated or Love It segment. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week.
We bring them to you every Saturday morning on The W with Walls and the crew.
On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Now, the New Orleans Saints have signed former Chiefs Safety Tyrann Mathieu to a 3-year contract. I know we debated about this a little bit, but Steve, how do you feel about it?
You know what? From a business side of things, I mean, it was due, for Tyrann. He said that, he did the article with the Kansas City Star, and he said, hey, I would have took the same deal that you guys gave the current safety for the Kansas City Chiefs. He said, I would have took the same deal, and what happened? He waited it out, and he got his money. Mm-hmm. You can't be happy. You can't be more happy for him being able to go back home to New Orleans, a place where he grew up. He went to college in New Orleans, and now he's going to be able to play for his hometown NFL team. Who wouldn't want that as a pro?
New Orleans is one of the, I don't want to say it in Kansas City, but it's the it's the best city in the world.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So why wouldn't you?
Wow. Wow. As everybody's head turned to Q,
He's got an argument.
You can try to refute me, but Mardi Gras doesn't come through here. The Bayou Classic definitely does not come through here. I'm sorry.
But Tyrann, I think, and just listening to his press conference earlier this week, he said his heart was in Kansas City, and he really wanted to stay here. And you mentioned New Orleans, but it's not Kansas City. It's not a place where, and I don't know this. I've never lived there, but is New Orleans as much of a family town as Kansas City?
Yes.
Okay. Cost of living is it as
it's now it's probably more. Post Katrina, it's probably a little more than Kansas City, but it was fairly close. And then you look at being real close to the water, so of course that's gonna add to some cost of living. But New Orleans it's definitely a family city.
When you talk about a dream job, though, too, that being able to as youth. You see your professional team, of course, in your city, and you're just like, man, this is what I want to do. I see, if I'm a kid now, I see a Travis Kelce or I see a Patrick Mahomes. I want to grow up and be just like them. Mm-hmm. I want to play for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a dream that kids have, whatever town that they're in. And then for Tyrann to be able to go back or be able to go and play in his hometown, I feel like that's. Kids are going to look up to him.
And I feel like it's kind of a storybook ending after getting a ring, and then you get to go back to your hometown for that next year. It's that's just icing on the cake, going back home, being around your family, and then you actually get to, not that he wasn't enjoying the sport in Kansas City, but it's like going back home, enjoying everything around you, and you got what you worked for your whole life. You got your ring. So I can't knock him.
I agree. I'm glad he got to go back, to his home state. Get to kick it basically, because once you get that ring, it's just a different vibe to your career, especially being like an all-pro and Pro Bowl safety that he is. He's what hasn't he done in his career basically? So it's like, we don't want to say it's his farewell, but it's like, I'm at the, I'm closer to the end of my career than I am into the beginning.
Exactly.
So now I get to, do all the things that I wanted to do. Now, as far as competitiveness goes, the Saints, they aren't exactly the Chiefs as far as, being close to a Super Bowl, but I'm sure he'll be able to help and mentor some of those players. And,
but defensively, they're much better than, I could say right now, the Saints defense is much better than the Kansas City Chiefs defense.
They had a good defense last
talk
year.
About Cam Jordan.
They had a good defense
all
last
those guys,
year.
man.
Their offense just didn't really, they had, their quarterback got injured, of course, and it was just Jameis got injured, torn ACL, I believe. And they just didn't have the offensive, weaponry to match the defense. So it's going to kind of be the same thing because even with Alvin Kamara, he's going to be dealing with his issues. Have they resolved them or?
They have not resolved him yet. He's not even on a commissioner's exempt list or anything like that. So who knows what's going to happen?
Exactly. So, but Tyrann is good. He's got his money. I mean, he's close to home. I couldn't be more happy for him.
But he was willing to stay in Kansas City, so that says something. Over going to New Orleans. Like,
well, I mean,
a guy from there.
You look at the quarterback situation. Why would I want to go with an uncertain situation when you have somebody on the opposite side of the ball? So, but yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons, but I think he's really going to enjoy being at home.
Mm-hmm.
Now, NFL suspends Cardinal wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins 6 games for violating PED policy. Q, we'll start with you.
What was the exact PED? Do we know?
There's rumors.
Yeah.
There's nothing confirmed yet.
It was a positive test result for obviously the prohibited substance, a diuretic or masking agent attempt to substitute, dilute, or alterate a specimen.
Masking agent. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if he knew what was in that versus the vaccine.
The V word.
Yeah.
The vaccine.
Yeah. Because he didn't know what was in the vaccine. So clearly he constructed he handcrafted this cocktail.
That's
for
my
himself.
favorite word when we bring up, like when people bring up PEDs, cocktail. It's a mixture of all this stuff and they inject it into certain parts of their bodies. It's just wow.
And who knows where it was made.
He grew all the potassium himself.
But you say that though, and I brought up Peyton Manning, right? Like Peyton Manning, and I'm sure there's others, but Peyton Manning is one that comes to mind of when he had the neck surgery, and he was
out for like almost a whole year, wasn't he?
Yeah, there was like a report that was out there that he had stuff delivered to his home. It was for his wife or whatever, and I believe Peyton Manning had done some things to be able to come back and play football again.
That was supposed to be a career-ending injury. Yeah. I remember watching ESPN and like this might be the end of Peyton Manning in the NFL, and I was like, oh wow. And then next year, he's back and he's playing football, and then it was like what?
Yeah.
But the real name that comes to mind for me is Calvin Ridley. They suspended him for a whole year, and all he did was kind of put $1,500 down. On a parlay, and they got rid of him for a whole year. So, but
I mean, you can't almost make more money than the owners. Sorry.
I'm just kind of like 6 games they gave this man. So I don't know, man. It's a lot going on. It's always something with the NFL offseason. Somebody's always trying to do something and they get caught, and here we are.
But when you think about that too, real quick, is I think about Julian Edelman, like. Julian Edelman, that was kind of washed under the bridge, and he went on to play in the Super Bowl, right? And no one said anything about his PED usage.
No.
And I was like, I thought, and I was hoping that it was going to be something that was hanging over his head, but it wasn't. No one said anything, and so I don't want people to just dump on DeAndre Hopkins for this, but
yeah. Because we like D-Hop. We got to be honest. We do like D-Hop. We don't have a problem with him, but I just don't think you should. I want to say I believe him that he did know what was going on, but it's kind of hard given the history of PEDs and NFL players.
And then the excuse used to not take the vaccine.
That's what
you get it.
He didn't help himself out at all. Like maybe there would be a little bit more forgiveness if you would have just followed directions in the beginning, but you were hard-headed. My parents always said a hard head makes a soft. So, It is what it is.
And I'm sure they're gonna be there watching too, saying like, "Oh, she listened."
I did. Shout out. Now, Titans Ryan Tannehill says he doesn't think it's his job to mentor Malik Willis. Let's hear what he had to say first.
What have your conversations been like with John and Mike, and I guess even Malik since then?
Yeah, I texted Malik right after we drafted him as well. I wasn't informed of that beforehand, but same thing with AJ, right? The team's going to do the best thing that they think is best interest of the team, and I have no problems with Malik, and we're looking to add talent and guys that can help us. So, we'll add him to the room and go from there.
Production is obvious.
Ultimately, probably his goal is to take your job.
I mean, that's part of being in a quarterback room in the same room. We're competing against each other. We're watching the same tape. We're doing the same drills. I don't think it's my job to mentor him, but if he learns from me along the way, then.
Lots of interesting sound bites.
I mean, if you're coming into the league, would you want to be mentored by what's his name again?
Ryan
Tannehill.
Oh,
I mean,
who wants to be mentored by that? Baker Mayfield might want to, but
look, I think more than anything, he would be able to teach him. Maybe not the aspect of playing football, but the aspect of being a pro.
Yeah,
the aspect of being a pro. That's a big thing,
and that's what you should want to do. So ownership, general management, everybody should come out against him, and not against him, but everybody should remind him about the family environment.
I'm not mad at it though. At least he was up front. I'm like, at least he was up front.
Why?
Look, if I don't want to show you how to be a pro, if I don't want to mentor you, I'm not getting paid to do that.
If that's Tyrod Taylor, he's out the league.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
I mean, because what has Ryan Tannehill done? He's not even the best offensive player on his team.
Who else they got?
I mean, Derrick Henry.
But then look, I just don't. Go ahead, Jazz. I'm sorry.
I just think it was immature. Like, as a teammate, as somebody, a vet, who you have people coming in, no matter who it is, if they're trying to take your spot, if they're trying to be in whatever spot, I feel like you should want to see younger guys succeed. You should want to help them. And I feel like that was just kind of like selfish and immature to say, oh, it's not my job. Like, you're passing it off to the next man. That's not a team player mentality.
Y'all remember when Matt Schaub got his job taken by Russell Wilson in the first year?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's exactly what that is.
But here's the thing, though. This is what y'all all missing. You talked about immaturity. That's exactly what it is. Mm-hmm. We're not asking. So he's 33 years old. We think differently at 40 than you do at 33. Mm-hmm. Like, so him being 33 is not Tom Brady, where he's 42. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady is like, all right, I'll mentor you, but you're not going to take my job. Mm-hmm. And so I think it probably came out the wrong way, but he's just like, I'm not a mentor. Like, I'm here to do one thing, help win football games. I'm not here to worry about you trying to take my spot. But that, and I'm not mad at that.
You know what that also shows? It shows who the leader on the team is. And he's not the leader.
Right.
He's not even the best offensive player on the team. So again, like making this statement was just him showing how fearful he is of his job. Because he'll be what was the other MU quarterback that went to the Jaguars?
Chase Coffin?
No.
Are you talking about MU quarterback?
Yeah. I forget his name, but
yeah, but this to me, this is just like
soft.
Not soft. He's not soft. He spoke his mind. I'm not mad at that.
Like, I agree with soft. If I'm Malik, I'm eating this up. You sound vulnerable. You sound threatened. Like you. Exactly. So if and it's one of those things where it's like, I really thought you could help me, but all bets are off now.
I mean, the Tennessee Titans are a team that runs the ball 50 times a game in a passing league. So of course I don't want.
I would like to add that this is something that somebody who knows they threw 3 interceptions in a crucial playoff game. I mean, this is something that he knows that his job is in jeopardy. Instead of coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, man, like we're trying to win football games," and he did say as much, but you didn't have to add "It's not my job to mentor." It is your job, because you know why? You're the quarterback. You're typically the highest paid person on the team. That means you're the leader. Yes. You're the leader of everybody. I don't care if it's a long snapper coming in. Yep. You're the leader. And so now we just know you're not the leader and you're not that guy. So guess what? We're drafting other guys to be the guy.
I mean, do the people in the locker room even really like him?
Who knows? I mean, they don't now.
They don't now. But let me ask y'all this. Would y'all rather him be behind the scenes about it, or would y'all rather him be up front? And that way you know what is out there.
I would rather the leader, the supposed leader of my offense, to take everyone under his wing, because if they get hurt, if he gets hurt, then what?
Guess what happens?
Then what?
guess what happens? And guess what? If if he gets hurt, Tennessee Titans go on to win a Super Bowl. Guess who also gets a ring? And guess who also gets praised for being a professional throughout all of it? Ryan Tannehill. So I'm just saying, maybe you should want to mentor somebody who's coming to play your exact same position. I'm just saying.
I'm here for it. At least he's out with it in front of it.
On that. I do agree with you.
If you're the rookie QB, would you rather him behind the scenes talking crazy to you, or would you rather him be up front? At least you know what you're walking into.
He not getting that next contract. I'm telling you that right now. He not getting that.
I mean, he saw how Carson Wentz got ran out of Philly, and he must really like Nashville. So
yeah.
Now, Lewis Hamilton speaks out against Formula One jewelry ban ahead of Miami Grand Prix. He talks about how he thinks that they made really great strides as a sport, and it's such a small thing. And he's been in the sport for so long, and he's been wearing jewelry for 16 years. So. Q, we'll start with you.
Jewelry?
Yeah.
Are we really having a conversation about jewelry?
Look, I'm interested in the fact that Formula One racing is kind of a sport that isn't big in the U.S. Right? Like it's a European sport. It's not NASCAR. So there's not a lot of forward thinkers in Formula One racing. Like there's not a lot of people that look like us. So they don't understand.
Formula One's rampant with racism, kind of like baseball.
I'm not saying that, no. But what I'm saying is he wants to wear his jewelry and wear his 5-6 chains while he's driving the race car, and they just saying that it's not safe. That's all they're saying.
Why is it not safe?
Yeah, it's not a contact sport.
I don't know. And he wants to wear his jewelry too, and I'm like, whatever.
Football players wear their chains, don't they?
While they playing, yeah.
So how is that?
And as you guys watching, you can see the picture of Lewis Hamilton.
That's at his interview. That's after he figured out that's after the ban. So he showed up to the press conference like all of it. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna bring all the jewelry I have. I'm gonna wear it. I think it's silly. Like, who cares?
I mean, it sounds like
that somebody died or something. Is that why is like somebody injured? Like, I need some context.
It sounds like they made up a rule just like they did with Simone Biles.
And he's so apparently he's like one of the best in the world.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're making the correct connection.
And it's brought more to the forefront because, of course, Formula One, which I wish we were there this weekend in Miami for Formula One. It's been brought more to the forefront because it's in the States.
Yeah.
It's in Miami. You have a lot of entertainers, a lot of celebrities that are down there because of have the race in the streets of Miami. So
the streets?
Yeah, that's nice.
That would be tough.
Cool.
It's what you see on movies, like when you see the people there and they're on the side, they're in the street.
Yeah. Okay.
That is dope.
I can definitely say I've never seen a Formula One race before.
Me either.
Never actually seen, like, not even on TV, nothing. Like,
have you guys ever seen NASCAR up close?
No.
Crazy.
No, I have. Actually, I have. Yes.
No.
Yeah, I have, and it's loud.
Super loud. You can feel it.
It's very loud.
You can feel it in your chest.
Yeah, no, it's rumblings everywhere. Everything is moving because of the sound. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll discuss Phil Jackson advising Lakers in coaching search. Keep it locked in. This is W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC WeSpin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC WeSpin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC WeSpin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC WeSpin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City.
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to talk about our show, hashtag talk about it. Tweet us, text us, message us, send us your topic, and we will definitely talk about it.
Now, Phil Jackson advising Lakers in coaching search. The Lakers are in the middle of a pivotal coaching search. Noel, we'll start with you.
Ew. For one thing, let's keep it a buck here. As great as a coach as Phil Jackson, was, him in an advisory role is just not it. I mean, the last time we seen him, he was with New York. Did not go well. Let's just say disaster in short. Like I said, we love Phil Jackson as a coach, but also we got to keep it real. Him and LeBron James don't have the best relationship. They aren't exactly, on good terms. We have certain comments in the past that he's, made alluding to LeBron James, and LeBron James wasn't appreciative of those comments. So I just think the Lakers are operating like they're a, mom and pop family business instead of an actual billion-dollar like NBA team. I just think it's amazing the ineptitude that they're showing. But everybody likes a train wreck, I guess. So we'll just continue to watch.
Who would you like to see as a coach, Steve?
Oh man, I would like to see Mark Jackson.
We do too.
I would like to see Mark Jackson as a head coach. We saw what he was able to do with the Golden State Warriors. We saw where he was at, and he didn't get the credit for it. I know they were a young team, but I'm here for Mark Jackson to be able to get that job. I really am.
Yeah, I don't think the Lakers need to be developed. They need somebody that they're going to respect off the bat. So I think rookie coaches are out of the running.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson would be a good one, but I think they need somebody that's established immediately. That's going to respect that. It's going to garner the respect of a LeBron James quickly. So
and right here in front of us, we have the Marching Cobras. Yeah. So we have the Marching Cobras that are right here in front of us. A historic drill team.
Yes, historic.
Of the world, Craig. Of the world.
Now, Nets Ben Simmons has successful surgery Thursday for herniated disc in his back. Noel, we'll start with you.
So we Broderick's a hater because he used to play for his favorite team and it didn't work out, and like a jilted, lover, he's upset. And I think what we need to gather from this situation is that back injuries they're weird. I think that's all I'm going to gather from it. I mean, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care if he plays or doesn't play. I do think he has some mental issues he needs to get around. I think that's the most we can say about this. But just he needs the surgery. Hopefully we get to see him back next year. And if he comes back and he's just not it, we just know he never was that guy. So that's all I'm gonna take from it.
What was the exact back issue?
It's a herniated disc.
It's a herniated disc.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got Casey Wolf here with us. Yeah, what's happening? What's happening?
What's up, man? What's going on? What's going on?
But here's the thing too, though. I just wish he was able to have said, what the issues were. Hey, I'm having this back issue still. It's a lingering issue, and he was really quiet about it. If look, and that's why he gets into the situations that he's in. That, of course, Stephen A. Smith and all of the folks that are talking about him. It's just like, we don't know what's going on with you. You sit there courtside, and it's like you're fine. You're shooting jumpers, and it's like that you're okay. You're pulling a Zion Williamson. We see Zion going up there doing windmills. Like, come on, bro, you could give us a couple of minutes.
You don't know that.
But back injuries are sporadic sometimes. Like, you don't really know. I feel like that it's not fair to just say, oh, you're fine because he threw up a couple shots.
Yeah.
That's totally different than actually getting PT.
In an NBA game, Ben Simmons doesn't play dainty, I guess. He's more of a I have all these physical attributes, I'm going to use them. And he's not finna go in there if his back isn't all the way right. Because I know as somebody with a back injury, Broderick, that it's not always okay. Sometimes it feels okay enough to do a little something, but you never know what can happen if you twist the wrong way. So I'm just saying, we'll see what happens next year.
Yeah, that's as someone that stands for a living. Yes, I concur that back.
What's happening, man? How you doing? Good to see you.
Now, Antonio Brown rips Colin Kaepernick on the Cigar Talk podcast. He says that they gave him the money, they gave him a commercial, they gave him the documentary. He took a deal. We don't feel sorry for you. Steve, we'll start with you.
Look, he's basically coming out and saying what I had said 2 or 3 years ago. When I asked you, Q, I said, what is Kaepernick doing? He's talking about doing all of this stuff, but what is he doing to show us that he's doing things? Not understand, I get it. I'm like, all right, you don't have to show everything that you do, but AB basically came out and said what everybody's thinking, and I've heard plenty of other athletes say this. Cap, we were here for you, but show us some of the stuff that you're doing. Like, you took the money from the league.
When's the last time you went to the Know Your Rights Camp website and actually saw what they've been doing in the past week? Actually, before this went out.
Actually, I went yesterday to see exactly what they're.
You went yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to see exactly what was going on with that.
And so would you concur?
It's not in the forefront of people's minds. Everything that they're doing is not in the forefront. And exactly what AB said is like, all right, you got the money from Nike with the jersey sales, with the shoe sale, all the apparel. You got the money from the NFL. We don't see what you're doing. We don't see it.
And then we don't see what Antonio Brown is doing because.
We do.
No,
we don't like it.
No, I'm saying it as far as like helping communities.
Exactly.
And that's exactly the issue. Like, you get guys that. I'm pretty sure Antonio Brown has never been to Colin Kaepernick's website.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's never been to the Know Your Rights Camp website.
Yeah.
And I forget the other organization that he started that goes neighborhood to neighborhood that works with young men.
He also had the sneaker stuff that he does.
So
I know
there's a lot of things that are being done. So the people that don't see what's going on, they should probably get their head out of the sand. But then also, let's not factor in that this could also be something that the team that Colin Kaepernick has, maybe they're using Antonio Brown to create a controversy, just like Gucci does when they name something after a racial slur, just like whoever they go off of the rage marketing. And so that could be it. But I'm saying that's less likely. That's probably about a 20 or 30% chance that that's true. I think the more likely side is that Antonio Brown doesn't know anything about the Know Your Rights Camp or know anything about his own rights that he holds. So,
but the thing about it too is AB, but he said everything that we were, at least I thought, because I brought it up a few years back. Just about, all right, well, what else is he doing? Why isn't he out here showing, everything that he has going on? And I get it.
Why would
you don't have to put it out there. But
doesn't,
like AB said, you got the money.
But he doesn't owe AB or anybody. He
doesn't, right.
He owes the people the work. And that's the problem, because in social media, everybody thinks that, I'm gonna go donate some turkeys. Let me, I'm gonna give this houseless man $20, and then I'm gonna show his face and mine just so everybody knows that.
Yeah.
When people are doing the work, they don't have time for that. They don't have the brain space for that, because you're dealing with people that not only deal with trauma within their community, but it's also trauma that a lot of Black people can relate to. So why are we gonna broadcast all of these different people's misfortunes, traumas? Why are we gonna put that all over the internet so then internet trolls can go attack them? Like, it doesn't make sense. So Antonio Brown is clearly speaking from a place of somebody that's never been a freedom fighter, that's never done anything for his community.
I understand.
So you can say he's true all you want, but there's a lot of work being done.
And I feel like, to Q's point,
what's happening, Mary Q? All right.
The next argument is, yes, you're getting all these funds, but then it's like, is he just doing this as a marketing ploy? Is he just doing this so that he could get all these different deals with different companies? Is he actually doing it from being genuine and actually wanting to get a point across? So I feel like it's a double-edged sword. Like, there's only so much that you can put out there before then people write it off as, he's just doing it for an image. He's just doing it for the look. He's not actually trying to get anything accomplished.
Y'all heard the old saying, be the change you want to see in the world?
Exactly, man. Listen to me. Antonio Brown is Antonio Brown.
I mean,
why are we listening to anything that actually somebody named Antonio Brown has to say about change and being a good person?
But it was exactly what I don't know if you saw the podcast, the I Am Athlete podcast, right? Did you see when Colin Kaepernick was on I Am Athlete podcast?
I did not.
They were questioning, like, hey, what have you been doing? Like, what have you
answers? He had answers.
You got to go watch it. Y'all got to go watch it.
My thing was, okay, Antonio Brown was on a show. Obviously, it was a bunch of alcohol in front. It's about cigars. I get it. It's those podcasts where it's like, we're just gonna get on here and we're just gonna talk.
Yeah.
It ain't really a point to it. We're just gonna.
It's not fact-based.
Exactly. Yeah. Who can say the wildest thing on here and it come off as, I know what I'm talking about? He clearly doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just talking because he's Antonio Brown. That's all I have to say on the side. I'm sorry. That's all I have to say.
We're going to dive deeper into that on another show, but we got to, man, because that's a lot we got to talk about on that stuff.
For sure. I'm with it.
Now, Draymond Green had a lot to say also. He says Chris Russo's shut up and play comments had racist connotation. Let's hear what Draymond had to say first.
Yesterday, he goes on TV and he says, America is tired of Draymond Green. He then proceeds to say, shut up and play.
Shut up and play, will you please? America's tired of Draymond Green.
I'm not one to really pull the race card very often because I think, we all know the role that race play in the world that we live in. But that definitely had a very racist connotation. Those shut up and play, shut up and dribble days, those are long gone. We don't listen to that anymore. We don't want to hear it anymore. It has no place here, and nor will it be tolerated. I also proceeded to say, it's time for you to go home and sit on your couch and thank the good Lord that I didn't want his job. I meant that from the bottom of my heart. Before I signed with Turner, I was actually offered a spot on First Take. The landscape of media is about to change. You will no longer be allowed to sit there and say what you want. You will no longer be allowed to put out these false narratives. You will no longer be able to allow to not know what you're talking about, and we're going to listen to you. Those days are long gone. You know why? Because we have guys like JJ Redick who's done it, who speaks it, who knows how to speak on any different topic, who's not afraid to shut an idiot up.
Yeah, I'm for it. I'm definitely for it. The new wave of media is definitely, it's time for it. It really is, and people notice. people notice just the fact that what some media members try to do. They try to get you with the gotcha stuff, and they try to dig up old mess. And it's like, man, people change. So I look.
Did you get a shout out for having good questions earlier this week?
Yeah, I did. Yesterday, a guy sent me a kudos. It was basically like, hey, the guys that you interview and the guys you talk to, we can tell their mood changes in a positive way when you ask them questions. And I'm just like, hey, I don't try to get to with the gotcha questions. I'm like, I just keep it real. And that's what I feel like a lot of these media members need to do, and that's keep it real.
And
go ahead.
I think that also encourages athletes to open up and talk and do things involved in the community if they know people aren't trying to get the gotcha moment or just trying to get shame them or whatever it may be. So I feel like it's important to make them feel comfortable, even if you don't necessarily think, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. They've been there. They know. They've been through it. So who else would I rather listen to than somebody that has done it or is where I'm trying to get? And
a lot of times, a lot of these commentators have never been athletes. Like we talk about sporting games. A lot of those people in that room, they've never played soccer.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of the people who cover the Chiefs have never played a down of football in their life.
I mean, Bill Belichick has never played a down of football in his life.
But he's a coach. You don't see him on the camera talking about.
No, that's what I mean. I'm saying your point. It may be valid in a sense.
I'm talking about media, just straight media members.
But media members, yes. But still, I don't think you have to play the game exactly to know what goes through people's heads, because you can still learn strategy and all that. I think JJ Redick said it. That America, and especially the people that consume media, especially people that are the target demographic, well, that should be the target demographic. They're tired of these old white men making old white men takes, and it's tough for the sport as a whole. It's tough for media as a whole to keep talking about and regurgitating the same points over and over again when you have people and especially former players and different minds around the league. Josiah, you have a lot of different minds around the league that can make these shows interesting, can make ESPN interesting, and you see a lot of the viewership falling off because they're taking away all the shows that are interesting. It's the same thing with Netflix. It's the same thing with everything else. They want everyone that's front facing to be a white or a light skinned face, and that's just not entertaining. And especially in America, and especially for people that hip hop culture and black culture is the leading culture in America. Yeah. And we make everything better. And that's the issue. Like, he just wants people to shut up and not challenge his point of view. And America's been past that.
You don't know. So the other thing is, he's like, when he says America wants you, we're tired of Draymond Green, it's crazy. He doesn't even know, but he's referencing two Americas. Like, he's referencing the America that doesn't care about the athlete, that looks a certain way, who only views the athlete in one way, versus the other side of America who actually cares about people. They want to know what he, as the athlete, has to say, his point of view, and they actually care about the sport. I don't think Mad Dog cares about basketball, if I'm being quite honest. If I'm being 100% honest, you can tell JJ Redick is passionate about basketball. You can tell he cares about basketball, just like a Draymond Green. When Mad Dog, and I'm sorry, when Skip Bayless, when people like that get on the television, I'm like, you don't actually care about basketball. You don't care about these athletes. You're just here for the gotcha moment. You're just here for the takes. You're just here to, like, maybe get off your, I hate to say it, racist thoughts.
Yep.
Well, and it's so crazy that they're allowed to get on TV and say that versus guys like Draymond Green and JJ Redick, who are specialists and who actually, like, are good people. So it's crazy.
But you see the bias that a lot of television and radio networks have. Yeah. That's why the space for podcasting has opened up. That's why independent media spaces are a lot more sought after now, because people want to hear from real people. They don't want to hear from people that are detached, not only from the real world, but from real people. They don't want people that sit on Fox News studio campus all week and doesn't see anybody that makes income less than $2 million a year. Like, it's been time for a change, and especially in media, and that's why I love that Up in Smoke and Draymond and the Pivot and I Am Athlete. You see a lot of these because these are conversations that have been suppressed. So yes, when they talk about shut up and play, they just want you to shut up and get out of their face, and they don't want to see anything except people that look like them, and that's the issue.
Yeah, and I don't want people to at the W Show or at me just because I said a journalist. I don't want to put that broad spectrum out there of saying just a blanket statement of all journalists. No, I mean there's a lot of journalists that are not former athletes that will try to get you with the gotcha moment just because
they're in it for the wrong reason.
Yeah. So I mean some are good, but some of them just don't understand what guys are going through, the way that some guys have grown up, they act a certain way.
Yeah.
Right. And when they come into a professional sport, I'm not talking about college, but when they come into a professional sport, they're going to carry some of those same traits that of people that they've been around their whole lives. And so journalists don't understand that. And it's like, oh, well, he was this way, or he was that way, or he was this way. No, that's just their upbringing, and they just got to understand what we talked about earlier, understand how to be a pro.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you said it earlier that when you talked about they don't bring anything up on Julian Edelman, but the black players, they definitely try to bring up all the dirt.
Yeah.
They try to figure out which color crayon they stole in third grade. They try to find everything, but when it comes to Julian Edelman and him taking PEDs, they forget it all.
Yeah.
Now we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll have our Hate It or Love It segment. Kick it off with our Sneakers of the Week. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Come spin with us, Kansas City. KC We Spin 360 is the coolest 360 video spinner experience for events. KC We Spin 360 is taking it to the next level. The 360 video spinner platform rental will be the life of the party. Everyone will be talking about their 360 video experience while bragging about it on their social media pages. The captivating slow motion and reverse effects will have your guests feeling like celebrities. The KC We Spin 360 video spinner can capture slow-mo videos, GIFs, and boomerangs from every angle. Specializing in corporate events, weddings, social gatherings, bar bat mitzvahs, school events, and fundraisers, KC We Spin 360 can be found online at kcwespin360.com. Come spin with us, Kansas City!
Don't be depressed, frustrated, or stressed because of the loss of a loved one. Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services is here to assist you with a smooth, stress-free transition. It doesn't matter how your loved one transitioned, we will offer you a memorable celebration to your liking. We are a family-friendly, full-service funeral home right here in the heart of the city, offering affordable cremations and package pricing and quality service. Call us when you need us. 816-231-GATE. That's 816-231-4283. There's only one Golden Gate, located at 2800 East 18th Street, Kansas City, Missouri. Exchanging your grief for a golden experience.
Are you ready to take your gaming experience to the next level? Max Adrenaline Mobile Video Gaming is here to offer the best mobile entertainment that includes video games, laser tag, and karaoke. Our mobile video game theater offers a 33-foot climate-controlled luxury RV with 5 gaming stations, and we can accommodate up to 20 players at once. Are you looking for entertainment at your next event? Well, look no further. We'll come to you. Specializing in birthday parties for all ages, sports events, team building, corporate events, school functions, holiday parties, and more. We're here when you need us at 816-897-0509 or maxadrenalinekc.com.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it. Message us, and we'll talk about whatever topic remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag Talk About Us. Message us, and we'll talk about whatever topic you want.
It's time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
Back in on the W Show, we're live here in front of Max Adrenaline Gaming at the March of the Monarchs. Starting off our sneakers of the week, we have the Air Jordan 9 Chili Reds.
I am feeling these.
Love them.
And a lot of people don't understand. Like the 9s are one of my favorite, Jordans, just because it's the nostalgia behind them. I always love the Jordan 9s.
Yeah, I'm rocking.
I like these.
They came out years ago, though, if I'm not mistaken. Didn't they, Steve? Didn't these come out like around about the time? You remember the Johnny Kilroys?
Yeah.
And I think something similar to those.
I don't think. Hey, how you doing? I don't think these ones were the ones that came out.
They were all red though. They're all red Jordan 9s, and then they had a little bit of black in them. So that's where I'm kind of like.
I think they might have been women only. I think these ones. Because the ones they had like the red on the bottom, they didn't have a black sole on them.
Yeah, maybe that was it then. But I kind of remember those. But yeah, okay.
Next, we have the Nike Dunk Low SE Patchworks. I'd rock them.
I'm kind of feeling these too.
I'm feeling these. These are women's. These are women's shoes. Another women's shoe.
With like a basic fit and then a pop of color and everything, I'm definitely rocking them for sure.
I haven't been able to get a pair of shoes with like the leopard or cheetah print, and I want a pair. I don't know why. Don't at me, but I want like a pair of the Air Max. I wanted the Air Max 92s. They had the leopard cheetah print on them, but I couldn't get them now. They're going for like $1,500 or something crazy like
ridiculous.
that. Yeah,
ridiculous.
The Reebok Answer 54 points.
Nostalgia alert.
Cannot wait till the cherries come out, my friends.
You said these are the what?
54 points.
54 points.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Trash. I can't wait to the
trash.
They're not a good basketball shoe. I can tell you from experience.
Of course, AI had 54 in these playoff game.
Testament of how good of a basketball player he was, because look at him.
Last but not least, the Nike Dunk High Pink Primes. Ooh. These are my favorite. I need
Love
them.
pink.
Love
pink.
I'd say they're third on the list this week.
What's your favorite?
I mean, it goes in order of how we. I mean, well, those are ahead of the Iversons, but the red ones and then the Patchworks.
Those are a dope summer shoe with the hot pink for the summer. I'm rocking them.
I love the pink. I love the pink.
Now, Nets lost $50 million to $100 million this season. Hate it or love it.
Wait, what?
They got swept from the playoffs after hosting just 2 playoff games. Doesn't produce their type of revenue. Apparently, nowhere near.
I mean, look at all the contracts they paid.
Yeah, I just look. This is this 50 million to 100 million. That's a wide range. Like you got 50 million and 100. That's a wide range of revenue. First of all, how did they come up with that number? Second of all, like you mean tell me the playoffs generate that much revenue?
Yeah, especially in commercials.
That's tough.
Advertising.
I believe it.
Tickets
Okay.
sales.
All right. Okay.
Only 4 games.
Concession stands.
Only 4 games.
Do you know?
That's all they play.
Do you
2
know
games.
A hot dog in that Brooklyn stadium might be $30.
It might be.
Right.
And I'm buying at least 2 or 3.
Yeah.
The glizzy. You want that?
Yeah. She's trying to get glizzy wasted.
2 or 3 glizzies. Man.
The NBA fines Mavericks $25K for bench decorum violations. Hate it or love it.
Love it. Because we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep doing it.
So he's repping the Dallas Mavericks today. Any other day, he's like, I don't know. But today you're going to say we. It's a we now.
I've never not repped my Mavericks, so I don't know where he's been. But we're going to continue to celebrate Devin Booker
But what I meant was he never puts the Mavericks in the forefront. When we talk NBA, he never really puts
we never talk about the Mavericks.
Exactly.
We literally never. You've never let us have a subject about the Mavericks.
Listen. How many times we talk about a totally different team, and I'm gonna say, oh well, Kobe, or with the Lakers.
Oh yeah.
What am I gonna say? Oh well, the Mavericks.
Yeah.
With their one championship compared to y'all 17, we really have a say in the NBA. Sorry, I can't let you have that one. But we're in the playoffs now, and the Lakers aren't. So actually, that is something.
Period.
That is something.
Yeah,
it is something.
Period.
So.
Yeah.
Now, there's no competition. The Seattle Seahawks are Drew Lock's team next fall. Hate it or love it.
Love it. Hit the love it button.
Going to be better than the 49ers.
Drops Mike.
They're going to be the worst team in the NFC. That's just what it's going to be.
Okay.
But I hope Drew Lock does well. I'll say that much. I hope he does well, but they're the worst team in the NFC right now. Worst team.
Who's San Francisco's quarterback? Have we moved on to
Jimmy
the young
G.
boy yet?
Jimmy G.
It's looking like it's going to be Trey Lance. It's looking like it's going to be Trey Lance.
So
Atlanta to replace Las Vegas as host of 2025 college football playoff national championship.
I love
Hate
it.
or love it.
I love it. I love it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Atlanta. Hot Atlanta.
Yes, sir. Phil Mickelson lost $40 million to gambling from 2010 to 2014, according to biographer. Hate it or love it.
It sounds like
it's brought to the forefront. It's brought to the forefront.
It sounds like Cap to me. 40 million?
Phil Mickelson, man.
I'm not saying he's not real. I'm just saying he lost 40 million.
Lost. They the numbers. Men lie, numbers don't.
Well, he's lying about his numbers. So what do we do with that? I don't know. I think he's lying.
Texas running back John Robinson lands Lamborghini NIL deal. Hate it or love it.
Love it.
I got mixed feelings, but I love it. But I got mixed feelings about it, and the reason I say that real quick is because the clientele that Lamborghini is trying to sell Lamborghinis to isn't that age bracket.
At all.
You know, so
Exactly.
I'm just wondering, like from a marketing standpoint, what they were thinking. But hey, it's all good.
Yeah, go get your money, young man.
Get your back.
Yeah, go bag up.
Desmond Bain claims that Stephen Curry is the only shooter better than him in the NBA. Hate it or love it.
He got the stats to back it up.
Hey, I wish I had the emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we love the confidence, so that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah. All right, we definitely appreciate everyone who tuned in on today's show. It was great atmosphere down here. If you're still at home, come down to 18th and Vine. We're going to be here for a little while longer. We're right in front of the Max Adrenaline gaming truck, and they still have the vendors out here. They have the live band playing. Come down, hang out with us. The W Show. Until next week, we are out of here. Peace.
The views and opinions expressed on the W Radio Show by the host hosts, co-hosts, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of The W Show, 100.1 FM, One Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundations, or affiliates.